Yeah, I do have to admit that the little food binge that I had during the last weekend actually threw me off. I'm not weight wise because the weight is going to go down quite quickly, but it's just like my mood isn't really recovering as it normally would, and I'm still constantly thinking about food. So this one is a hard one. I feel like 3 days was most definitely an overkill. I should never do that again. And well, once again, I say I should never do that again. I shouldn't do that during this cut because I'm for sure going to be doing all sorts of ridiculous stuff going forward when it comes to food. But yeah, during this cut, I don't think I should be doing these 3 day binge sessions. I should just do like a single day maximum, and that is something that is easy to recover from, both mentally and both weight wise. So yeah, I have to plan these things a little bit better going forward, and I feel like in general, like whenever you do anything fitness related or when you do actually anything in general, you should have a plan and you should come up with this plan in a normal, non-emotional state. And then afterwards, when the time comes when you're emotional and when you're crashing out, because whenever you do something that is complicated, eventually you are going to crash out, especially during the beginning stages, because you are not going to see as much success. And then at least you'll have a plan and you're going to be able to like blindly stick to the plan. Because for example, during the day, I probably came up with like 5 different plans of like stopping the diet, of like increasing the calories and all sorts of wacky, fun, interesting plans. And all of these are emotional responses to the fact that I'm not feeling that good and I'm not going to be making any plans in this kind of a state. So I have a plan that is predefined that I came up with in a normal mindset, in a normal kind of like space of mind, and I should stick to that plan. And then when I once again calm down and when I once again feel good, then I can start adjusting the plans if I want to and start thinking about different things that I should do. But you should never plan and you should never make decisions when you're in a emotional state and when you're not thinking clearly. When you're not thinking clearly, that is the time you stick to the predefined plan, because there is a reason you came up with this plan in the first place, and don't change it. And I remember I used to make these mistakes quite a lot during my previous diets. Like, I would come up with a plan, I would stick to the plan for like 70% of the time. And then when I start crashing out and when I start feeling bad, I change the plan and I decide that I'm going to do something completely else. And then after a few days of doing this different thing that I just came up with, I realized that, oh wait, I deviate from the plan. I fucked up. This is not what I should be doing. And then you end up kind of like bouncing around and not really having your like stable ground and stable footing when it comes to the thing that you're trying to do. So yeah, that is not a good approach and I am not going to do that. So we are going to stick to the plan. We are going to be dieting for at least the next 3 weeks, more realistically, probably like 5 to 6 weeks. And this week is going to be a week where I'm going to have to be very strict. So I am not going to be eating anything extra during the weekend, even though I really want to. I am going to be strictly sticking to the diet, and then let's see how I'll feel next week. Because if next week I'll want to eat something additional, then I already kind of feel like that is a time where I can do that because I'm going to be less emotional and less emotionally driven. So if I'll still want to binge something a little bit by then that's fine. I can do that. This week is completely off the table. This week we are going to be locked in. This week we are going to be strict. And even though every single day, for at least 5 times a day, I decide that I'm going to change my plan, ultimately I'm not going to change my plan. I do understand that these are just like mood fluctuations that are there only because of the specific situation that I'm in, and I am not going to listen to them. I'm going to stick to the diet. And this is actually something that everyone should practice. I feel like at this point I'm very good at these kind of things, and I'm very good at identifying when is it that I'm having mood fluctuations, which is not really the thing that I actually want to do, and I'm quite good when it comes to realizing when is it that my brain is playing tricks on me, and that is very helpful when it comes to sticking to a plan. So if you are also a person that has these kind of like mood fluctuations, and if you're also a person that tends to change their mind quite often, try to practice this a little bit. Come up with a plan, stick to the plan, and do not change the plan in an emotional state. Only make adjustments to your plan when you're calm, when you're happy, and when everything is going great. Other than that, today was a little bit difficult. Today was not the best day when it comes to my overall performance. I felt quite shitty during my day at the office. Then afterwards, also the gym session was good. It was intense, but somehow I didn't feel happy during the gym session. So normally, when I have these sorts of gym sessions where I go hard and where I feel good when it comes to lifting weights specifically, normally also my mood tends to improve based on these kind of sessions. But today, this was not the case. I didn't really had any mood improvements after the workout neither. So that is a little bit odd. So this is kind of like one of the days where I just needed to push through. One of the days where I didn't really want to talk to anyone in the office, and then afterwards generally didn't want to communicate with people. And I feel like people at the office probably think that I have autism at this point, because I would not be talking to people all that much, and I would be kind of walking around with this like grumpy, mean face. And people don't understand that I'm just like tired as fuck, that I'm like barely moving, and they just think probably that I'm just like mean or weird or like antisocial, even though I'm not really any of those things. I'm just tired and hungry and I don't want to talk to people. So yeah, another thing is that I probably need to start thinking about is like increasing the calories a little bit and changing up the diet eventually, because I can't keep on performing like this at work and I cannot keep on not communicating with people. Eventually I need to start getting back to like a normal state of mind and start communicating with people properly. So that is also something that I need to start considering a little bit. But yeah, other than that, today was very mid. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be a little bit better. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow.